Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here's the review for my 2022 Rivian R1T. A lot of you wanted to get some updates on how I like it, what went wrong and what have I done to it. The first thing I did was did the full PPF paint protection film and ceramic coating on the truck. As you can see, the truck looks just like new. No rock chip. Here's some damage on the film. It was probably hit by the rocks. The film definitely did its job. I even have the windshield PPF. One thing I did on the bottom as well is also blacked out. These cannot be PPF because the material, I was told you can only use vinyl wraps. So I did those blacked out, which looks a little different than other Rivians. Here's another look of black rhino for the rear section. The 10% I use is 50 for the windshield and 20 all around the front, driver's side, rear, and the back. So last year I have replaced the factory all-season tire on these 22 wheels with Toyo Open County 3. They are 285, 50, 22. I have about maybe 10,000 miles on these. I have to look at the numbers, but roughly about 10,000. I rotated once recently and they are very, very, very nice and smooth. I think they're very quiet as well, as my roof rack is probably making more noise than these tires. And I run about 60 psi on these all-terrain. They do not rub on all setting, high setting. I did about 20 trips on snowboarding trips, and they're very, very, very nice. I usually will lower down to maybe 55 psi on, depending on the snow seasons, on the days of the snow, and but overall, even running on 60 psi driving through snow, they're very, very easy on handling and everything. On the back, I have these roam boxes with the roam mounts installed on the rear crossbar. The only headache I had when I put these on is I have to buy different screws and cut them in order to fit them. But everything else is pretty straightforward. So far this truck is running very smooth, just like new. I do have some small issue, but those were already fixed. Mine was I would say the first batch that came out in 2022. So some issues was expected. I would say the first problem I had was the alignment. It was pulling right. Okay, I had Rivian done it. It was still pulling, and I had the shops that I usually go to, and it was still pulling. One thing I did notice after a few alignment done was not the tire, but the suspension height. I have noticed the right side and left side was off by a few millimeters based on my own measurement. I brought it back to Rivian. They noticed too. They made the height adjustment. They reprogrammed the suspension and everything, so everything on both sides leveled up, and then redid the alignment, and ever since it's fine. So many of you that have alignment problem from the past, I don't know if they fixed the issue now, but the alignment is good after I addressed the height level between the right side and left side, which is what I believe is causing the pull. My first set of tire was wearing out evenly, and so far these tire looks pretty good as well. I think the second problem I have that is annoying was the front wheel was clicking, and I think I brought it in twice. The first time it was fixed, and then came back, and then brought it back again last year, and it was fixed, and it hasn't come back yet. This gear tunnel latch was replaced. It wasn't opening correctly, and it was, even when it was closed, it was detecting it was open. The rear latch was also replaced because it was stuck. Apparently one of them, I forgot it was the driver's side or the passenger side, was broken, and they had to replace it in order for me to close it or open it. The auto rear cover was never broken. It always worked for me from day one when they had a batch of problems. But it was later replaced by Rivian. it's working. I don't know if it's normal, but yeah, it's working. Some of you were wondering if the tint is too dark. I think it's perfect. Okay, it's just a slight shade, and I run this on my Type R, I run this on my Sienna, and I think it looks great, and also it helps my eyes a lot. These are 50%. I think the if you want to clear, it'll probably go 70. They don't have 60, so the next one down is 50%. Here's a quick view from the inside. As you can see, it's actually very, very clear. Here's a quick look of 20% driver's side and 50% windshield. So my windshield has the 50% tint and also has the paint protection film. The film is really good. It protects the rock chip. But the only thing I would say is that if you decide to install PPF film on the windshield, I would say their lifespan is about 2 years, maybe 3 years. As you can see, the film has scratches already from me using the wiper while driving through snow, and these scratch the surface of the film. The main purpose of the film is really to protect the windshield, right? And if you want to look closely, you see this chip right here. It was hit with the rock, and the film is actually really thick, and whatever I hit, it chipped off the film, but it did not go penetrate through the glass at all. I think there were a few of them that I can only point out one of them for you guys right now. This section is actually not a carbon fiber aftermarket parts. It's actually carbon fiber paint protection film, PPF. It's a little extra touch that my shop threw in for me. That looks unique, different. So the shop that did my PPF is Aeroworks. They're very nice. They're in California, so City of Industry. I had some pieces that was warranty. It had the edges peeling, and I brought it back. No question asked. They replaced it. I also had a piece of whatever that hit the side mirror. It had a huge mark of damage on the film. So they were able to replace the film with the new one. At the same time, I brought it in for other warranty, and looks good. Didn't damage the paint, and looks like new. So the kennel that we got is the Roughland Performance Kennel. This is the model number that you guys can take a look at. As you can see, this kennel fit in to the rear door perfectly. So a dog can just jump in pretty easy, and it's an easy access. We also have these covered. Can't remember where we got it from, probably Amazon. That protects the seat. So this kennel also has the side door that you can go in and out from this side. And I think the beauty of this is that our dog can actually see us while we're driving. So I take my dog with me when I go snowboarding, and 6-7 hours, they can just see us. I can open it either side and feed her if I have to from this angle. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I also had the shop do PPF on the side. This is before everyone else come out with different aluminum protector. Since ours was the first batch, there weren't many options, so I had the shop add PPF here for, just in case our kids come out and scratch it, or the dogs. Yeah, that's about it. Overall, very, very, very good day-to-day car. I use this for real estate. I use this for my other profession. I take the kids out, vacation, a little bit everything. And it's just so easy to use compared to our other vehicles. Let me know if you guys have any other questions or anything else you guys would like to see that I have on this truck. This is my first EV and first truck. I always wanted a truck, and I think having my first EV so far, I think it's pretty good, okay? When we go out on a long trip, we still have, a minivan that carries the whole family and our dogs. So, I think life is about having options, having EV, having gas car, having a manual car. It's just having the options. Overall, Rivian quality is, I would say, pretty good. I have no issues, no big issues like any other vehicles I have. And so far it's fixable. It's all small problems. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything else, and I appreciate it.